Today I have had another long day, as I had to be out and around, I had to go to the Pelham, New Hampshire's Old Home Day community celebration, at my church. This year is number 100 was 109th Old Home Day community celebration today. Which is today, of course, is the 19th day of September 2015. And of course, what I did there was shoot video for Derry, the town of Derry's community public access cable TV channel, because that Derry Community TV was busy today because they were in downtown Derry at McGregor Park. They were having the Derry Fest, which is Derry, New Hampshire's version of Old Home Day. Two celebrations the same day, I guess since I'm a member of the Congregational Church in Pelham, I get to shoot the video for the Derry Community Public Access TV where I volunteer. Anyways, to get coverage of Pelham's Old Home Day for Derry Community Public Access TV, while the Derry Community TV, other volunteers, do all the live on air video production the coverage of Derry Fest in Derry today on the 19th. So anyways, I was pretty busy today. Then 2 days ago, I spent my evening at the Service Employees International Union's Local 1199, the Union Hall at 150 Mount Vernon Street in Dorchester, Massachusetts, to shoot video of the Massachusetts Public Forum, so that first subject was be autism from the autistic point of view. Well, I'm probably repeating myself from a couple days ago, but that's okay. Let's get to show to what I've been up to. Of course, next week I gotta get back to the Derry Community TV studio to then upload and edit footage. And get that done as much as possible. And the time slot that I've reserved for one of the Derry Community TVs video editing computers in the post-production room. So that's got to get done. There's a lot that goes into it. Creating a TV show, then just you have to go out. You have to, if you want to do a video shoot in the field, you got to go out. You got to spend the gas. You got to get to where you have to go. Okay. With the equipment, then go take and shoot the video. What you need to shoot? Get back to the studio. Upload the footage. If you're using the Canon GL2 cameras, which uses the mini DV. Well, mini DV was at 4mm was it format tapes with it. You have to take and was it go up? You have to upload the footage in real time, not from the camera itself, but Derry Community TV has hooked up to the editing computers. Was it essentially was it was it mini DV? Was it VCR? Was it mini VCR? Also was it like a player? With a combination. So they can upload and edit the footage, because that's got to get done. That you review the footage. With it, and with the stream the footage in. With it, and it gets digitized. With it into the as a big giant was it video file or series of video files. Then was it go into the editor with it, and with the editor, then you take and okay, you got to put in your beginning and ending title graphics, any other graphics you needed to put in. Also, you got to do with your editing cuts, with it taking decide what you want to have in the video and what you do not want to have in the video. Taking with it, do with it whatever's needed for censorship, with it, because you don't want to have any with it 4-letter dirty words going out over the in-town cable TV public access channel, except when it's in the Derry town hall. Was it town council chamber, with the town manager and all the selectmen. If they wanted, they use filthy words. With it, it's their prerogative. With it, it gets with it. It gets streamed out. It gets streamed out live over the Derry Community with a cable TV public access channel. Same thing happens down here in Salem, where I live. So then next week, that I believe I'm going to be start doing some video shooting for the because coming up was it our ASEN group was it Autistic Self-Advocacy Network, where a New England Working Group wants to take and shoot and produce a video public service video message video. Was it detailing? Was it our reasoning why physician-assisted suicide should not be adopted in the state of Massachusetts? Of course, a copy can also come up here, with it, because physician-assisted suicide is going to try to make another round up here in New Hampshire at the State House, or what I call the New Hampshire shit house. Was it, or the New Hampshire shithead house? Was it up in Concord? So you see, I've got a lot of things going on. Then I do know coming up in another couple of weeks with it, they got the first ever, was it first annual fundraising dinner for the non-profit organization Asperger Works, which is another non-profit which I'm associated with, as a person on the autism spectrum. And of course, I'm on the board of directors, so I've got to show up at the dinner anyways, with a decent pair of pants, a halfway decent dress shirt and a tie, that's gotta be, because, I gotta take a schmooze with the mayor of the city of Lawrence, Massachusetts. So, with it, the city council members, within the city of Lawrence, the police chief of the city of Lawrence, the fire chief of the city of Lawrence, that is going to be there, and also with it, maybe some other politicians too, including with the Massachusetts state senator, was it Barbara Italian, was it, who's a also an ally of who's a trusted ally of the disability community. Because she's one of the sponsors of the bill to take and ban aversive therapies in the state of Massachusetts. She's one of the co-sponsors of that bill, which will hopefully, if we get it out of the damn committee and get it onto the floor, Massachusetts with the legislature floor to get a vote on it, with it. And if it passes, it'll go a long way to shutting down that living shithole that's called the Judge Rottenberg Center down in Canton, Massachusetts, which uses electric shock punishment therapy on severely autistic children and adults in their care to make them behave correctly. So you see, there's that going on, with it. There's all kinds of other things. I'm involved in all kinds of things, as a disabled self-advocate, that because if I don't speak up, who the frickin' hell will? The Tooth Fairy ain't gonna take and do it. So I've got to take it with it, myself and other friends of mine, like on the autism spectrum, like Finn, Dushya, Cody, Andrew, Yvonne, Hezekiah, and Sarah, and these are all a bunch of other people I know with it. Daniel number 1, of course, is another Aspie I know with it. There's another one, Daniel number 2. There's at least 4 Daniels that I know that are on the autism spectrum. That I know face to face. With it. With it. We all do a lot of the. We're all in the self-advocacy. With it thing. With it that we do. And of course, one of my friends was it. There was it. Daniel W. Was it. Besides having Asperger's syndrome, he also, like me, he also has cerebral palsy, but different from me. Because was it, I have spastic diplegia. He has spastic hemiplegia, which affects this side of his body. With it. So with it, he doesn't have any. He has no use of his left arm or hand. So he has to do everything right-handed. So he's another good friend of mine. So with it, plus I've got all kinds of other contacts out in the wider with the disability community via the internet that I keep tabs or keep track of, see what's going on. With it, so. Well, anyway, today has been a long day with it, being around, being over at Pelham, New Hampshire's Old Home Day community celebration, which was an important event to us at cover, with it. And of course, I enjoyed myself with it. We probably had about between 4,000 to 5,000 people attend. Or was it Pelham, New Hampshire's Old Home Day community celebration, year number 109. Well, I'll sign off right now.